There'll be a Corvette out there, and then there'll be a Plaid out there. And then I'll really get hated on. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're talking about Tesla. Wow. Tesla is doing the most right now. So the first thing I want to talk about, we're going to get into the price reduction of the Model S and the Model X. I mean, just ludicrous. Also, the Model 3 refresh has hit the scene, and we will talk about that as well. But now is the time to buy a Model S or a Model X. If you are interested in those two vehicles, they have gotten a huge pricing decrease of about $15,000 to $20,000, depending on the combination. So first, let's talk about people who live in Texas who drive an EV. So in Texas, like most places, there's a toll road, and obviously they tricked us. They said, "Oh, we're going to employ a lot of people, and it's going to be jobs." But as soon as it happened, everybody who applied, they kept them there for a little bit, and then they terminated everybody, and then they went mail order only, which is pretty tacky, but that's how it is. If you've been living long enough, you know how things are going to go anyway. So now, the fact that EVs don't use gas, I heard about this law this bill being implemented, and I was a little frustrated with it because when I bought my EV, it was in the works and I thought it was already passed. But now it is officially passed that if you buy an EV, and especially if you buy a new EV and you're in Texas, when you register as of November, I believe it is, so you need to hurry up and get in there, you're gonna have to pay for 2 years worth of registration for your EV, which means you're gonna have to pay $400. This fee that they've implemented is $200 a year for people who have an EV because they claim that we're not helping support the roads for the city and the highway and the states and everything, which I think is bogus. Because if they're just going to charge a fee to EV drivers, charge a realistic fee, like the registration fee that you have on regular gas vehicles, which is not $200. But this push to get everybody to go EV is working. Where I live at, there are Teslas, and there's predominantly Teslas everywhere, like 99% Tesla. 99.9% Tesla. Then you'll see some Porsches around, and I've seen one Bolt. But nonetheless, if you live in Texas, you're going to have to pay $200 every year for your vehicle. And I don't know if I can't say that it's not fair. Obviously, I want to help support the community, but at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, why do I have to pay $200 flat fee? Like, who thought of this fee? I know who did, but not into bashing people, Nonetheless, it's kind of ridiculous to charge EV owners $200 per vehicle. And then if you're registering one, I think it's after November, you're going to pay $400 up front instead of $200 because you're going to pay for 2 years. So that's, it is what it is. Nothing we can do at this point about it. We can try to vote some of these criminals out of office, but we've been trying that for years. It's not going to happen. Not going to go political. Step away from it, Jay. Step away from it. Now, anyway, there's a fee in Texas when you want to register your vehicle. If you're just getting it new, you're going to pay 2 years, which is $400. And then if you're just registering your vehicle for the next year, it's going to be $200. So $400 if you're first brand new registering in Texas, and $200 when you're doing your regular registration. So nonetheless, with that aside, the Tesla Model 3 refresh hit the internet, and I haven't seen anything on Tesla's US website, but I don't know if these guys were supposed to push these videos out this soon, because a lot of these are overseas, like Australia. They're not US based. But they're pushing the videos out, and a lot of us in the U.S. are just talking about it. There's nothing on the Tesla U.S. website that says anything about the current versions of the Tesla. There's nothing there. It just has the Model 3, I should say, the Highland. Everybody keeps naming it. It's a Model 3 refresh. So there's nothing there on that. I've looked multiple times. I started looking yesterday, actually, because at recording this video, it actually hit my inbox late in the evening yesterday that, hey, there's new Teslas. And I thought, whoa, there's a new Model 3 refresh. It looks really cool. The Model 3 refresh looks cool. And supposedly the price will start at 42. But we shall see about that. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. If it does, hey, good for the people that are going to grab it. I really thought about getting a refreshed Model 3. And I was just recently talking about this, and I said, maybe I'll sell my current Model 3. But the way Tesla can control the market here is to not give a lot of money for the current Model 3s, because a lot of people just bought their Model 3s and a lot of people have had theirs for a long time. So uh, if a person who just bought their Model 3 tries to trade it right away, they're going to get the worst value. But Tesla can still control the market when they're doing trade-ins on the Model 3, is to just not give a lot. Um, because a lot of people finance that car and they're going to have some negative equity. It's going to be there. It's going to be a lot if Tesla wants to control how many of the older generations they get back. But nonetheless, the Teslas will be getting flooded. Model 3s or whatever a person is trying to do to get into the Model 3, you're going to have to sell it private party, or people are going to flood the market probably just to get this new refresh, especially if they're very new to with the Model 3. They're going to feel some type of way. So they're like, oh, I just bought my Model 3. And everyone's not following the current trends and news topics. So some people are going to say, oh my God, I just bought mine and now look what it looks like, or look at all the added features, the new screen in the rear, the new design in the front, the new design in the rear, double pane glass on the rear windows now, and the big glass as well. There are some upgrades and refreshes that they've done for sure. Um, so someone might feel some type of way about, hey man, I just bought mine and look at what they did to me. It is what it is. And then you'll have those people who have had theirs for a long time that are going to want to get it. And they're probably going to be the ones that buy the most of these vehicles. Because a lot of people are not going to want to give up their brand new Tesla Model 3 that they just bought just to get the refresh and lose a lot of money on their Tesla. I would think that a lot of people wouldn't want to do that. So yeah, the refresh Model 3 is amongst us. No official US word from Tesla yet that I've seen at the recording of this video. But in fact, yeah, it is refreshed. It looks really cool. New headlights, new taillights. Like I said, just go search. You'll see it's everywhere. Now, what I really want to talk about in this video is the Model S and the Model X. Plaid I mean, either one, the Model S or the Model S Plaid, the Model X or the Model X Plaid, they got a huge discount of between $15,000 and $20,000. Just yesterday when I looked, I was like, whoa, I might grab me a Plaid. It was 102 for the one that I was looking at. It was a certain color. It was the ultra red or the same color blue, metallic blue. And it was 104 or something like that, 102. And I was like, whoa, man, that price is going down. Now you can get them brand new. The Model S starts at $74,000, I believe it is. Ridiculous. So if you want to buy a Model S or a Model X at this point, use the link, grab one. I'm telling you, that has got to be the best. That the Model X, the Model S Plaid coming in at starting at like 84, I think it is, or 89 or something like that. That is a phenomenal deal, which makes me believe, Tesla's really not selling that model a lot, or they have a huge update coming already for the Model S and the Model S Plaid. They're selling the Plaid for about $85,000 to $89,000, folks. That is a huge, huge price drop. So tempting to ditch my Model 3 and go to a Plaid. Oh, tempting, folks. Very tempting. I'm not going to front. It is extremely tempting to get a Model S Plaid. Not going to front. Would go for the Model X, but the range is just a little bit more than what I have now. I mean, like 100 more, something like 70, 80 more for the Plaid. I don't think that's a good deal to pay double the price just to get the performance in the room and the high performance version of the SUV for double the price and don't get the range. So the Model S, and I really like the X too, man. Oh man, I really like the X. The X and the S are a better deal to me right now than the 3 and the Y, because for that much more money, you're getting way more range, especially on the S. And because you're getting 405 on the S or 396 on the Plaid. That's phenomenal. The Plaid is just a phenomenal deal right now. Let's be clear. And if I didn't have that Corvette sitting in the garage and I didn't have that Model 3, a Model S Plaid would be parked out there right now. But I will say this. If I could sell my Model 3 and get all of the money back I paid for it, that $38,000 that I paid, I would do it. I'm not gonna front, I would do it. I would do it. I would park a Plaid out there in a heartbeat with my Corvette, because I'm getting more range, and then also I'm getting one of the fastest car on the road, basically. Fastest car, most powerful. I'm getting it. It's crazy. And another thing I want to point out is now the colors on the Model S and the Model X are all included. There's no upcharge. So the $3,000 for the ultra red, the $2,000 for the metallic blue, those are non-existent. You can pick any color you want and order it. And for me, where I live at, the destination time frame is this month, is 30-day window. Let's just say that September. By the end of September, I could have one parked in the garage or outside the garage, in the garage, whatever that I want. I really like the Model X, but again, I'd be forced to not get the plaid just to get more range. And I wouldn't want to do that. I'd want to get the plaid because it's just a little bit more. It's just a $4,000 more or something like that. Or I think, no, it's like $10,000 more, something like that. But still, oh my gosh, this is such a phenomenal time to buy a Tesla. It is incredible. This is when you need to buy. All the colors are included. And with the S and the X, you get a year of premium services connectivity, and then it's just $100 or something like that to get it for the next year. Or if you have referral credits, it's only $2,500 credits, and you can buy the premium connectivity if you want to. I don't recommend the autopilot and all those self-driving yet because they're not autopilot. Advanced autopilot is dope though. I have advanced autopilot. It's dope. It's nice. But the self-driving, totally not there yet. So I don't know why they're pushing that so hard. But folks, this is the time to buy a Tesla. It really is. So if you're on the fence about buying an S or an X right now, you need to do it while the price just dropped 15 grand. And I'm going to say this one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear me. If I could get my full money back that I paid for my Model 3, the blue one will be out of here, and an ultra red would be parked outside, or the same color, the metallic blue, would be parked outside in a heartbeat. I'm just saying. So if I do it, there'll be a Corvette out there, and then there'll be a plaid out there, and then I'll really get hated on. But if you're not getting hated on, you're not doing something right. It's your man Jay. If you guys enjoyed, hit that link down below and buy you a Tesla. Whether it's a Model 3 or a Model Y or a S or a X, they're all pretty much discounted at this point. So, and I saw, just to be clear, I saw the current Model 3s in there for $36,000 in the inventory section. So if you're unsure, go to the link in the description and go to the inventory section, and you'll see cars that are ready to go right now. Like they're on the lot ready to sell, and you can pick them up same day. Some people have said they got theirs the same day. But if you're wanting to order your own and pick what you want, use the link, same link down below, build it out the way you want, and you'll get your time frame when you're going to get it. So it's up to you to determine whether you want to get a Model 3, a Model Y, a Model S, a Model X. But man, those plaids are looking pretty tempting right now. I can't take a loss though. I'm not going to do it. I'm really wanting to do it. I really want a Model S plaid in ultra red. Gosh, help me not to pull the trigger. Don't pull the trigger, Will. Don't do it. Okay, I'm done talking myself out of it. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Are you buying a Tesla Model S or X with $15,000 off? Let me know in the comments. Take care.